Anita, and I'm here with Lois Armstrong. And she is one of our newest artists that we have in here in the store. And we're so excited about having you here. I love your work. I've always enjoyed your work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So we're going to introduce you to Lois, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her and how she got into this beautiful art that you can see behind us. First, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Are you married and do you have kids?
Married. I have one daughter and 2 stepchildren. And lived in Tennessee for about 22 years. Moved from Northern Virginia, which I lived about 30-some years, but originally from southwestern part of Virginia, the coal mining area. And I just started painting. My daughter turned 16 and got her driver's license, and I took my first class. And so that's been quite a few years ago. Been painting over 30 years, I would say about 35 or 36 years, and trying to sell. And that with watercolors and oils mostly to begin with.
Actually, you answered my next question. When did you get into the world of art? And what kind of other arts have you ever tried, or have you done anything else besides your oil painting?
Well, the oils and watercolors mostly. And then I got into scrimshaw. I had went to a mountain man rendezvous one time and walked into a tent. And this guy had powder horns all over his tent, and about half of them had scrimshaw on them. So from then on, I kind of took off with it. And I've been doing it on and off over the past 30-some years. I'd slow down and stop for a while, then pick it back up again. It's kind of a lost art form. You don't see a lot of it anymore. Scrimshaw itself was made popular during the whalers. That's like mid-1700s during the whalers, and up until about late 1980s when they stopped the whaling industry and kind of put some restrictions on ivory and some of the other things. But you still use different surfaces for it. But the scrimshaw, the name scrimshaw, was probably become popular about the same time. It's a name I guess the whalers used. When they're idle time, they would do the scrimshaw on the bone, and they would use like ash and lamp oil to rub it in the etch marks, and it would stay in the etch marks when they take the remainder off. And they take this gift home to their family and their friends, and then they started selling it. And that's why it kind of became popular over the years.
That's interesting. How long does it take you to do like one of your, say, your saw pieces that you create? Is there a process to that?
There is a process. The saws I actually started on about last fall. And I have done them in the past. I haven't worked on so many. I just kind of started that as a new project. I got a request to do a crosscut saw. And from that, the rest of it just kind of took off. I've had pretty good success with it. Most of my saws are primed. They're cleaned and they're primed. And then I paint with oil paints, which I'm a little slower with oil paints. Plus you have to let some of the base coats dry in between. So it takes a little more time to do them with oil than it does acrylics, because acrylics dry so fast. But I like to do the old farm scenes, the old cars, the old trucks, old tractors. Right now I'm in the process of doing a lady's house. So there's different subjects: deers, turkeys, as you can see behind me, the woodpecker. So there's different subjects that can be done on them, and it's a good idea to have your own old saw and have some things painted on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Family heirloom, so good gift items.
That'd be a great idea if you're somebody that's got an old saw of their grandparents or your dad or something, and you could bring it in and Lois could paint on it. Maybe you got a picture of a house or the old house or something like that. Maybe she can help do something for a memorial.
And the price kind of depends on what you want on it, how much you want on it, and negotiable.
So that's awesome. What is your favorite? I mean, you do a couple of different types of art. You know, you do the crimshaw, you do the sols, and you do the oil and water. Which one is your favorite?
I don't know that I have
style?
a favorite. I guess a lot of it depends on my mood at the time. I love doing the watercolor, especially if I have a subject that I really like. Then I like doing the scrimshaw because now I do the fungus and the mushrooms and things behind it. And it just, all that rolled together makes it interesting to me. And then the saws are just, I don't know, I just enjoy doing them. That's about the best I can, of getting the subject matter together and just creating them. And I'm pleased with the results of the ones that purchase them.
So out of the beautiful items that we had here, which one is your favorite right now in the store?
Ooh, that's hard to say. Of my scrimshaw pieces, I like to do turkeys, period.
Mm-hmm.
It's the eagle here.
Uh-huh.
I like the eagle with the reishi polypore on the back of it, a mushroom. The turkey head. I guess there's a feeling when you finish one and you feel it's well done,
Yeah.
as opposed to struggling sometimes, which all artists do.
Yes.
And my Queen Anne's lace. I always like Queen Anne's lace. Of course, the lilies, because that's from my pond.
So you got a lot of favorites.
That's a hard question.
Didn't mean to be a hard question. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but you do custom pieces.
I do custom pieces.
Okay. And you can bring the ideals here, and you can give them a quote on what it would cost to have you do something. How do you come up with the names for your creations? 'Cause each one has a unique name.
I really don't know. Sometimes I just kind of sit and look at it for a few days, and something kind of comes to me. If I work too hard at it, it takes too long. It just sometimes it's just there.
She's actually going to kind of show us the process of doing the crimshaw.
You have to learn. You have to be able to draw to do scrimshaw. It's easy, but it's not easy. The etching on it and the filling the etching with ink is easy. That comes easy to me anyway. But the process is you have to be able to draw. You have to get those proportions right, or it doesn't work out. And it's hard to get a pattern on something that's small.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially your earrings are really little. And do you have a magnifying glass that you use, or is it you got your eyesight?
For my fine detail, I do, but I have reading glasses now as age comes to you. I do the outline first, and I do detail. And if I get into fine detail, as in the eagle or the turkey, which you see behind me, I do use a magnifying glass. If I use it too early, it distorts the image. So when I get into some of the finer detail, I do.
That's awesome. That's really interesting.
There's basically this is your items for scrimshaw. You have a pencil, and this one is a very old pencil. It's an all-surface pencil which will write on a smooth, polished surface. Scrimshaw, whatever it is, have to have almost a mirror finish on it in order to repel the ink. So the pencil, I'll do a dogwood. And then you take the scrimshaw tool, buy it on Etsy, and you take very small Because if you try to do this all in one, the point will catch in a groove or something and you will slide off the bone. This is a bone surface too. I'm doing it a little faster than I normally do it, just to kind of get the outline here. And it takes working it. I'm going to put a little bit, this is Higgins ink. And when I clean this off, the drawed lines are going to disappear, only the ones that contain the ink. You do this, and you let it sit for just a second or two. Let it dry. And sometimes you can use different things on your, sometimes I'll use a little bit of alcohol, sometimes I'll use fingernail polish, but you have to watch that whatever you use does not remove the polished surface on them. And there is two leaves to the dogwood blossom. Now from there, you keep filling it in. I'm not going to do this scrimshaw, I'm just going to kind of show you how to do the etch marks. But what I do, I make sure I have my outline good. I'll go in and I'll do a few of the lines for detail. I'll scrim it again, ink it again. I'll go in a little more. It's a process you do over and over and over until you're satisfied with the final results.
That's awesome.
But that's basically all you need to scrimshaw.
Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Patience.
Yes. Especially if you got to go over and over again,
Yeah,
you know, to get the details.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for showing us that.
Well, I thank you for doing the video.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, thank you all for coming and watching and being a part of and getting to know Lois. And I hope you all have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye-bye.